Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, excuse me, or you find a way to lose. But if you're Joseph Parker, the Gypsy Kiwi, because Tyson Fury is the Gypsy King, and Joseph Parker has somehow become the Gypsy Kiwi. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, man, the secret society is real. And I want to be fair to Joseph Parker. But I'm on the case. You see, Joseph Parker has been boxing for a long time. He's another one of those guys, has a very sound amateur background. Okay, a lot of accomplishments as an amateur. Excuse me, turned pro, had a lot of success as a pro. If you go watch some of Joseph Parker's highlights when he first started boxing, your mind is going to be blown away. You see his boxing ability and his fast hands and his athleticism. So Joseph Parker, in my opinion, has always been a good fighter. I've never really had anything to say about Joseph Parker until I did a video about the Gypsy Kiwi, and I was praising him. And somebody from New Zealand posted a comment under the video and said, "Hey, he's not that great of a guy that you think he is, Hood Champion. So screw you, Hood." And I was like, what? They're like, you need to look into him with connections to the secret society. Talking about murders and drugs. I'm like, man, what the hell is this? So I go and pull up, I type in, his name, New Zealand, drugs, cartel, and all of a sudden, boom, all kind of crap started coming up. And I was like, whoa. Now, my understanding is there are a lot of people who feel that that situation where Joseph Parker was supposed to be helping to transport drugs from point A to point B, right? That nothing came of that. A lot of people felt that he was never forced to take the stand or go to trial. And they felt that basically the secret society was protecting him. Now, when I read like 6 articles on this, and I was like, okay, what the hell is this? And I was like, this stuff never really got out. But then you saw that Joseph Parker and his lawyers reached some kind of agreement to where that information about Joseph Parker and his name being mixed up, what they were calling him in the text messages, Joe the Boxer, right? His name being mixed up in that mess. So somehow his lawyers were able to make sure that the documents, nothing about him and being mixed up in his crap, and nothing was released to the media. Anyway, I guess the time, whatever was the clause or the agreement, I guess all that's passed. Anyway, when I looked at it, I said, okay, because I'm always trying to stitch things together. But I was still taken aback because I'm like, no, not Joe the Samoan, you know what I'm saying? And this is the thing, right? When I sit here and do this channel and we talk videos, we have a lot of fun, right? I'm always joking and messing around. But I grew up, me being a guy, islander background, I grew up with a lot of cats, man, from different backgrounds, and I always seem to connect pretty good with other island cats, no matter where you're from. If you grow up, man, you eat mango, drink coconut water, eat green bananas, saltfish, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We tend to have a certain understanding. No matter if you from the Caribbean, like my family, you're a Pacific Islander, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? We know we there's just a certain common thread there. So I was like, there's no way in the world Joseph Parker, my Uso, will be mixed up in this bullshit. But then I started looking and saying, okay, around the time when this crap was happening, if, you know, the rumors, I'm talking about the rumors, right? Because there's no proof of him. Well, some people say there's proof of him being involved in this shit, but I'm going to tell you, there's nothing that has really. He wasn't accused. He wasn't found guilty of anything. I'll put it to you that way, right? And I was like, well, he had these losses. Let me pull it up, right? He had these losses to Anthony Joshua and to Dillian White. And around that time, right? Show you. Okay, so where is it at? Here we go. So he fights Anthony Joshua 2018. He loses a decision. Fights Dillian White in 2018. Back-to-back defeats. Loses a decision. Okay? Then he goes on a run. Alexander Flores gets a knockout. Alex Lepai gets a knockout. Now, at this time, he's really working a lot with Tyson Fury. He's hooked up with the Tyson Fury camp. He's moved his camp over there to the UK. He's training with, he's well immersed with Tyson Fury and Tyson Fury's camp. Got a new trainer, strength and conditioning coach. But the bottom line is there's it's not a secret that he and Tyson Fury have hooked up. Now, when I mentioned stitching things together, it made me, what it made me start thinking about was, okay, he has 2 back-to-back losses. His career's supposed to be over, but he comes back, and he becomes one of the most active fighters in boxing. And I'm like, okay, this thing with him, something with drugs, nothing really comes out of that. It all kind of gets swept underneath the rug. A lot of people are can't understand how that just kind of gets blown over. Then you think about Tyson Fury, he, for the most part, goes cuckoo after Klitschko. He returns to the sport of boxing, hooks up with Kinahan. And I said, hold on a second. Now, this is just me thinking out loud. I was like, could there be some kind of attachment between these allegations about Parker and drugs and transporting drugs, then the connection with the Kinahan and what that organization gets involved with, right? With a lot of drug trafficking. And then you got Tyson Fury, who was told he'd get back to the top of the heavyweight division if he just trusts me. That's what Kinahan told him. Those aren't my words. Ben Davidson, all that shit's out there. You can go read it on the internet yourself, okay? What I'm telling you, I'm not making up. And I was like, holy shit. This could explain how Joseph Parker went from having those 2 losses to finding his way back in action, staying busy, and where he is now, top of the heavyweight division again, because he became the Gypsy Kiwi, because he also has the secret society looking out for him. Now, what I'm telling you is we're just having a conversation, but I just think when there's these similarities, it's worth discussing, because nobody talks about it. Now, I'm telling you right now, Joseph Parker wasn't found guilty of anything. He didn't even go to trial. Tyson Fury hasn't been found guilty of anything either. Okay? So when I look at the run that he had after his losses, Flores, Lepai, Terrell Winters, a lot of these names people don't really know, but the bottom line is staying active, getting busy, right? Then he fights Junior Ford. Then he fights Derek Chisora, right? It was a draw. Fights Derek Chisora again, okay? Ends up getting himself he won split decision, then he won unanimous decision. First time split decision, second time unanimous decision. Then he fights Joe Joyce and gets knocked out. Okay, so he had a good run, but he ran to Joe Joyce, and he just looked like something was missing. But after Joe Joyce, Joseph Parker, right? This is what I don't understand. His punch resistance improved, his stamina improved, his power seemed to have improved. He seemed to be a guy who, all of a sudden, where the career seemed to be on the decline, and for him to just be kind of floating there at a B-level type heavyweight. They're trying to sell to us that Joseph Parker is now in his, what is he now? He's 32. That now he's coming into his prime. Listen, you can't make me believe that a fighter who's got beamed, right? And had a couple losses, didn't get knocked out, who's getting older. Now, 32 is not old, but at 32, you can't make me believe a fighter is now coming into their prime. 21, 25, 26, 28, maybe. 32, now coming into to the prime? Bullshit. Now, I'm not saying hard work and dedication can't get the job done. I truly believe Joseph Parker works hard. This man has 4 daughters, another kid on the way. His priorities are in the right place. And he has a strength and conditioning coach, because I was paying attention. I was like, okay, who's he working with? Because you see stuff out there, oh, he's working with Usman Sajjad. I'm like, well, shit, if he's working with Usman Sajjad, but that explains everything. But he's not, I think the guy he's working with used to be a Marine or something. But anyway, the guy is supposed to be the real deal. Everyone that guy works with, they show improvement. But my thing is, when you look at him after Joe Joyce in 2023, this man fought 4 times, man. Jack Massey got a unanimous decision. Fega Opelu knocked him out in the first round. Simon King knocked him out in the 3rd round. Then fought Wilder with a unanimous decision over 12. Then he comes to fight Zhang 3 months later. And he got hit with some serious artillery. Goes down, I think, the 3rd and 8th. And he gets up. And what Joseph Parker said, he said, I was able to push through the adversity and those knockdowns, because he said he got hit hard, because he was just in shape. And I said to myself, okay, there's some truth to that. If you're in shape, it's amazing how the body can respond, the mind can respond. But I said, the punch resistance, where'd that punch resistance come from? Maybe this is because he's rededicated himself to the sport, and that's why he was able to push through what he couldn't push through when he fought Joe Joyce. But then he gets knocked down twice. Should be 10-8 rounds. And then it goes to decision. And one of them scorecards was like, I think Zhang was like 117, 111. Another one was a draw. The other one was like 115, 113, something like that. Absolutely absurd. And I said, Zhang should have won that fight or got a draw. You get 2 knockdowns, and y'all can't tell me in them first 5 rounds that Zhang didn't win just more than 2 rounds because he didn't. And over that course of that fight, especially the first 5 rounds, you can't tell me Zhang only won 1 round. You can't tell me that over the fight he only won 2 rounds. You can't make me believe that. I watched the fight. I had Zhang winning that fight. You know, the knockdowns helped. So when I think about it, and this is just me, right? Some just don't seem right to me. It doesn't, and I know that he's down with Tyson Fury. You're down with Tyson Fury, yeah, you know me. You're down with T Fury, yeah, you know me. The Gypsy King, yeah, you know. I'm just telling you, man. I got to get on the case because Joseph Parker things seem to be going his way. Just like old Gypsy King, I think we got us a Gypsy Kiwi. We really do, man. Now, in this rematch between Parker and Zhang, yeah, I'm sorry to tell y'all, I think Parker is going to lose this rematch. I think he's going to get knocked out. And I'm just being honest with you. I think he gets knocked out. Same way Zhang, when he fought Joyce in that first fight, he came back and put some serious Chinese power on him. I think this time he's not going to let Joseph Parker escape. You see, Zhang went on record and he said he wasn't tired. I do think weighing 291 pounds, I think that was to his advantage, but also at a disadvantage, put him at a disadvantage. Because when he let his hands go and he caught Joseph Parker can handle it. So Joseph Parker, being the outstanding boxer with that sound amateur pedigree I was telling you about, you know, he was able to use his speed and movement to win rounds and avoid those shots. But in the rematch, we're going to see what's really going on. But I personally think Zhang's going to knock Parker out, knock him out cold in the rematch. Because what Zhang realized in this fight with Parker is he's not going to get a fair shake. Unless he knocks Parker out cold, he'll never win that fight. Parker and Tyson Fury have a symbiotic relationship. Them guys is like twins, man. You know what I'm saying? Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito. Except here you got Tyson Fury, Joseph Parker. You just sit back and watch. Joseph Parker now is talking about fighting Tyson Fury. Y'all not listening to this? All of a sudden now he's talking about fighting Tyson Fury. If I have to, I will. Whoa. What makes you so sure? Where is this coming from? It's just like Derek Chisora betting all that money for Anthony Joshua to knock out Francis Ngannou in the second round. And he knocked him out in the second round. Y'all paying attention to this stuff? I said it in the video. The plan is for Joseph Parker to get to the top of the heavyweight division with Tyson Fury. I already said it. And now we're seeing. Now let's see what happens next. I think Zhang will knock him out, but if Zhang can't knock him out, Parker will beat him. And then Parker will go on, and he's probably going to fight AJ. Danny DeBar's name out here circulating, but he's going to fight somebody again. But Joseph Parker is on an amazing run. Hey, if everything is on the up and up, job well done to Joseph Parker. But for me, I can't help but believe that there's been some kind of additional benefit to him rededicating himself to the sport. I do think there's an additional benefit to him being so close to Tyson Fury. That's why I'm calling Joseph Parker the Gypsy Kiwi, because he seems to have all the stars lined up for him to just keep getting a step closer to the top of the heavyweight division, just like Tyson Fury. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.